I always believed humans were monsters, not the kind that hides in the shadows or whispers in the dark. No, humans were the kind of monsters that shook the galaxy, that broke empires, and carved their names into history with the same casual ease other species used to slice soft fruit. That's what we were taught, anyway. I, Korvik of the Shal'tari Dominion, grew up on stories of Earth's savagery. Their wars were legendary, their stubbornness, infamous, their capacity for violence, boundless. At least, that's what I thought, right? Up until a human held my life in their hands, and simply let it go. The skirmish on Varnis IX was supposed to be a quick, decisive strike. Our commanders assured us the human outpost was small, undermanned, and preoccupied with mining operations. They were wrong. The humans fought like cornered starwolves, silent, coordinated, and terrifyingly efficient. Their drones blocked our air support, their ground troops adapted faster than our officers could issue counterorders, and their tactics shifted every few minutes, as if their commander was reading our minds. My squad was wiped out within the first hour. I only survived because I was buried under the collapsed remains of a plasma-struck bunker, crushed, but alive. I couldn't move. My breathing was shallow, my weapon shattered beside me. I was, in every sense, already dead. And then I heard boots crunching on the debris. Human boots. Light pierced the dust as rubble shifted away. A gloved hand grabbed a metal slab pinning my torso and lifted it like it weighed nothing. A human stared down at me. Their helmet visor was cracked, face streaked with soot, but their eyes were steady and focused. They looked calm, not enraged, not vengeful, not triumphant, just calm. I hissed in fear, half expecting a finishing shot. Instead, the human knelt. "You're hurt," they said, their voice strangely gentle. "Can you breathe?" I didn't answer, torn between fear and disbelief. "Okay," they continued softly. "I'm going to help you. Help me." I was an enemy combatant, trapped and helpless. No warrior of the Dominion would hesitate. Mercy was weakness. Kindness was manipulation. Sparing an enemy meant inviting retaliation later. Yet this human did the opposite. They lifted me from the rubble and carried me toward their temporary triage shelter. I remember drifting in and out of consciousness, seeing flashes of human medics, hearing voices arguing. "He's Shal'tari, protocol says protocol can wait. He's alive. He might attack us. He's not going to attack anyone in this condition." I didn't understand. Why risk themselves? Why waste medical supplies on an enemy? Why carry me through a battlefield when it would be so much easier to just let nature or a stray shot finish the job? None of it made sense. I woke later in a dim shelter lit by portable lamps. My chest was bandaged, my cracked ribs stabilized, my breathing easier. The human soldier sat nearby, checking their gear. I managed to croak. "Why?" They looked up. "Why? What? Why save me?" The human paused, thinking. They wiped soot from their brow, sighed, and said, "Because you were alive." I stared, confused. "That is all. Is there supposed to be more?" They leaned back against the wall. "Look, you think we're brutal. I get it. The galaxy has stories about us." They chuckled softly. "Some of them are even true." I flinched. "But brutality isn't the whole picture," they continued. "We fight hard. Yeah, we protect our own. And if you attack us, we hit back twice as hard. But cruelty, needless killing, that's not strength. That's just cowardice hiding behind violence." I blinked. In my culture, mercy was cowardice. Strength was domination, but humans saw it differently. The soldier added, "I've lost people too, friends, teammates. I don't want to add more death if I don't have to." Their voice was tired, not weak, but weary in a way that only long battles can create. "I spared you," they said finally, "because somebody has to end the cycle somewhere." Our lines collapsed the next day. The human soldier approached me as my people's evacuation shuttles roared in the distance. "You should go," I said. "Your people are pulling out." I struggled to stand. "You release me, just like that. You won't hurt anyone for a while," they said with a faint smile. "Besides, maybe you'll tell your people what really happened here." I stared at them. "They will not believe me." "Maybe not," the human shrugged. "But someone has to start telling the truth." I straightened and bowed, an old gesture from my homeworld, for those who show unexpected courage. "It is respect," I said quietly. "Earned." They smiled. "Then I'll take it." When I returned to the Dominion, my superiors demanded a report. I gave them one, but not the one they expected. I told them humans were not the monsters of legend. They were dangerous, yes, fearless, relentless, furious in battle, but they were also something far rarer, compassionate without weakness, merciful without cowardice. They were terrifying because of their kindness as much as their power. Many dismissed my words, but some listened, and rumors began to spread, stories that contradicted centuries of fear. Stories of humans who fought like storms, yet healed their enemies like friends. And I still remember that soldier, their calm eyes, their steady hands, their simple, impossible words. You were alive. That was enough. I thought humans were brutal, but the one who spared my life proved they were something far more dangerous. They were good. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.